Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep mine off.
My finger is on the button.
All right, guys, let's get it rolling. Happy Black Friday. What are you buying today, Robbie?
Dude, so much stuff. Computer stuff, camera stuff, watches, ties, the whole books, everything.
Love it, man. Love it.
What
Mike,
about
you getting anything good? Mike's buying cycles, he said.
Yeah, I ain't buying nothing.
He's in Hilton Head. He got his Black Friday special.
Dude, I got in the water yesterday for like 25 minutes straight. My whole body went like completely numb like Michigan.
Nice.
It was
Nothing's
wild.
as cold as Michigan, man.
It wasn't as bad, but it was pretty close. It felt,
Yeah, I bet.
felt pretty wild.
Did you face plant like Cody?
No, dude. I'm like Michael Phelps in the water. You can't stop me.
Stop.
Taylor, what are you buying for Black Friday? You buying some motorcycle parts?
I don't buy anything, dude.
All right. All right, guys, well, let's get started here. Well, I think great to see all you guys. It is Black Friday. You had a holiday yesterday, so it's easy to sleep in today, go shopping today. But, we're all consumers in some regards, but consumers buy on Black Friday, and entrepreneurs and people that are hustling make things happen on Black Friday. And like Simon said on Monday, December is the worst month of the year for consumers and the best month of the year for people in business. So I really think it's important to have that mindset shift, because I've seen this in my 4 years that people kind of unplug and coast through the holiday season because they think people aren't interested in this now, or people don't want to talk about this now, or whatever. And certainly the opposite is true. That's why some businesses experience more revenue in December than they do in the other 11 months combined. So props to you guys for being here this morning. Nelson over in Europe, I know you probably know what we're talking about, but it's Thanksgiving was yesterday here in the US. I know you know what it is. But great to see all you guys this morning. In honor of the holiday, I'm in a coffee shop here. So and also I want Taylor's help on this, but in honor of the holiday, I want to talk a little about gratitude today. We had a little small group gathering yesterday with some of us. We just hung out and talked about gratitude and talked about Thanksgiving. And I think it's the most important thing we can be practicing in our personal development. Hands down the most important thing, because let me ask you guys this. Someone can let me know in the chat or unmute and let me know your take on this, but what is the purpose of personal growth and development? Why do we read these books? Why do we talk about these things? Why do we get on these calls? What is the purpose of it?
You can only grow your business as much as you've grown yourself.
Absolutely. You can only grow your business as much yourself. What else? Why else do we do this? Even let's say for someone that's not even involved in any business, why should they be consuming this kind of content, thinking about things like this and being aware of their thoughts? Sarah said to be better and to help others. Yeah, have more happiness. I mean, all three of you guys pretty much nailed it on the head. It's one, handling adversity better in life. It's kind of all one and the same, but if you are happier, like Landry said, you're able to better handle the inevitable adversity that life throws at you, because it's never going to stop, right? It's not like life is, the Buddhists say that life is suffering. That's just part of life. People die, people are born, businesses thrive, businesses fall, jobs come, jobs go. That's part of life. But what Caden said, to better handle adversity in life, and Landry's like make you more happy. And then that leads right into what Robbie and Sierra said, which is help you better help others. Because if you're not able to handle adversity yourself, and you're not able to move through the tough times with a smile on your face, how the heck are you going to help anybody else? So it's our duty to grow, because it makes the world a better place. If you want to make the world a better place, stop worrying about how you can change the politics, the economy, the society, and start thinking about how can you change yourself, because society and the economy is made up of a bunch of yous, a bunch of us's. So if we can change ourselves first, we can help ourselves be happier and handle adversity, and then we make the world a better place. So, and yeah, like Taylor said, as it regards this business, you're not going to have any success with this after a certain level if you're not willing to grow yourself after a certain level. So yeah, a lot of great reasons why we do all this. Now, what stops us on our journey, whether it's in this business or whether it's in our personal growth? What, when we have a good role going, you guys have been in that role where you're reading a good book every day, you're listening to a good podcast, you're doing the action, you're moving forward, you're hitting the goals, you're feeling good, you're feeling fulfilled, you're helping people. What is it that stops us? Self-doubt, Michael said. Belief, Sierra said. Anybody else have any other takes on that? What stops us when we're in a groove? Why is it so hard to stay consistent? How we see ourselves, outside opinions, fear, distractions, amazing. The devil, absolutely, outwitting the devil. Pretty much sums up that book, sums up the whole thing. So why I want to talk about Gratitude Day, of course, Thanksgiving, but also because everything you guys just said, here's why we want to personally grow. Here's why we want to grow our business. Here's why we want to make ourselves better and our businesses better and help people be better. And here's the things that hold us back: distractions, fear, outside opinions, limiting self-belief, self-doubt. It is impossible to feel those negative emotions such as self-doubt, lack of belief, outside opinions. It's impossible to feel negative about those if you're in a state of gratitude. Impossible. Have you ever tried it? Try it. Try it on for size. Next time you're feeling self-doubt, next time you're feeling angry at somebody you know, next time you're feeling impatient, next time you're feeling any type of negative emotion, stop, take a deep breath, think of a couple things you're grateful for, really grateful for. Not just like, oh, I'm glad it's sunny today, and go back to your thing. Or, oh, I'm glad I have a good family. But really allow yourself to get into a state of gratitude. You can't experience the negative emotion and state of gratitude at the same time. You can't. So the number one thing that holds us back from achieving our goals with this business and in our lives is these negative thought patterns, these negative emotions. And the number one cure for this ailment, for this illness of the mind, is a state of gratitude. How cool is that? It's so simple. It's so simple. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's so, so simple. All right. So this is why gratitude is so important. It can make you happier, like Landry said. It can help you better handle adversity. Still waking up here. Better handle adversity, like Caden said. It can help you be better so you can help others be better, like Robbie and Sierra said. Or the flip side is you can wallow in your self-doubt. You can have distractions. You can be undisciplined. You can be negatively affected every time something bad happens to you, every time somebody says something negative to you, every time somebody says no to you, every time somebody says they're going to enroll and they don't. You can be negatively affected by all those things and never move forward because you choose to focus on those things rather than everything you have to be grateful for. And yesterday we talked a lot about our little small group call we had. We talked a lot about the Thanksgiving story. And without going too much into the details, the point I wanted to make yesterday was we hear the story growing up in the U.S. and the school systems about how, like, you know, the Pilgrims came and it was hard at first, and then the Indians helped them, and together they celebrated to give thanks, and everything was, you know, fine and dandy from then. And now here all we are. What's really cool though is, well, first off, there's a pretty good chance that like 4 or 5 people on this call right now shared DNA from those 50 pioneers that came over on that ship, which is pretty cool. You know, they built something pretty spectacular for a bunch of rebels that hopped on a ship and went across the ocean. And, you know, they lost half their members in the first few months. There's only a third of them left by springtime. You know, they went through it. Women, men, children were dying. And rather than thinking about the hunky-dory story we hear in the books, think about that for a minute, leaving everything you know, going to a foreign land that you knew nothing about. I mean, back then they knew nothing about what they were going to get on the other side. It took 3 months to get here on a rickety wooden ship that may or may not make it to the other side. With huge waves, you're throwing up all the time. You're not sleeping. You have no food. They had no way to store food on the boats. They're eating terrible food. They're sick. They get there, they arrive, and it's wintertime in Massachusetts, and they've never seen any winter like this. They get wiped out. And then they have these foreign people that are coming around. They're scared of them. And it's a great story because they work together. It's one of the few stories where natives and settlers actually work together. But what I took away from it is, if you fast forward 6 months, they're having this Thanksgiving feast, you know, in the harvest season. They're about to go into another winter and do the whole thing all over again. They're about to go lose another half of their members that winter. They're about to brave this thing again and again and again. It's not the end. It's just it's a brief period of prosperity before they go do all this all over again. And they got to face another winter all over again. They're going to lose people again. And even though they knew that was coming, just a few weeks down the road, the weather was getting colder, sickness was coming around. They knew this was coming. Even though all that was coming, they found a chance to stop and have gratitude. And I bet that's a big reason they survived, and a big reason that, you know, 4 or 5 of us are here on this call today sharing their DNA, because of the fact that they were able to stop and find gratitude, even though there was lots to be worried about. You know, they could have easily shut down with fear, with self-doubt, with distraction, because they got people dying everywhere. They don't know how they're going to get their next meal. It's not a great place to live, but they stopped and found gratitude. And I think it's a really powerful lesson because the inevitable winters are coming. Like Caden said, you got to handle adversity. Things are always going to come. And if you can build a skill of being a grateful person, which it is a skill, and I'm going to have Taylor share with you in a second what he does, because I've watched Taylor Peters build this skill in the last year and a half. He's built the skill of being a grateful person. And once you build the skill and it becomes, if you remember the cycle of growth that we talk about when you first join Junto, in the beginning, you're unconsciously incompetent. In the beginning, you don't even realize why you're so distracted, why you're doubting yourself so much. You don't understand why all these things are happening and why you have negative emotions and why you self-sabotage. You're unconsciously incompetent. Then you start doing a little personal development. Now you're consciously incompetent. You're like, wow, I have a lot of limiting beliefs. I wish I could do something about this. You know, it'd be great. It's kind of a bummer when you learn about all these things that are holding you back and you don't know what to do about it. And then if you come on the other side, like Taylor did, what you start to do is you realize, man, gratitude is the answer. I'm now consciously competent. I'm working on the skill of being grateful every day. And I've seen Taylor now after a year and a half of working on this every day. He is unconsciously incompetent, is on autopilot. He's not even aware of what he knows. He's built the muscle of being a grateful person, and he can find gratitude in every moment. Even when we're out at sea on his jet ski and we lose the key and the key sinks to the bottom of the ocean, he finds a chance to be grateful. Like, wow, I'm just glad we're here, man. You know, stuff that would stress most people out, Taylor's able to handle with a smile on his face, handle the adversity and inspire others because he's built the skill of being grateful. And it is a skill, and I've watched him build it. So Taylor, I'm hoping you could share a little bit about your journey with this and really the tangible things that you've done every day the last year and a half to build the skill of being a grateful person.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like a conscious thing whenever I started it, because I just kind of stumbled into one book. It kind of led me to another one. And the first one I stumbled upon was Dean Graziosi, Millionaire Success Habits. And that dude is a really good practicer of gratitude. So I think that was a really, really good foundation to start all my personal development. So just picking up some of his habits of gratitude and stuff like that, which led me to another book that he recommended, to another one, to another one, to another one. And I think it's always been kind of just innately easy to find things to be happy about and be grateful for and stuff. So I'm glad that it comes somewhat natural, I think, but you're right. It is something that you have to practice and develop over time. But other than having a gratitude partner between me and Cody, and, you know, anybody can do that. Just find somebody to share a few things that they're grateful with every single day. Another really strong habit that I do every night is journal and write down, you know, there's different prompts in the book that I'm using now, but something I'm proud of myself for that day, 5 things that I'm grateful for. And one thing, I forget how it's worded. It's like something that makes me feel at peace for like the future. So it's a lot of things that combine to allow me to be recognized, you know, be conscious of the things that are going really good in my life.
And just to dive in a little deeper, I know a lot of people know what you do, but what do you do every morning with Cody, and what do you specifically do every night? Like, what does it look like for you to actually do that every day?
Yeah. So when I wake up in the morning, do my morning routine. In my meditation, the first part of my meditation is find 3 things that I'm grateful for. Those come to my mind. I think about them. I feel them. It's really important to not just like, yeah, I'm probably grateful for that and write it down. Tony Robbins says you have to actually feel that feeling, because that's what's more important than just recognizing. So feeling that gratitude. And I text Cody every single morning, I am grateful for 1, 2, 3. Send it to him. He sends it back in the morning as well. So we've done that for probably about 8 months now. And so that's the morning. And then the evening, whenever I write down in my book, it's I write down probably 5 different things that I texted Cody that day. Just 5 things that I'm grateful for that day or in my life up to that point. So it's not like things in the future. It's things that I'm grateful for already, like I have already right now.
Yeah, a couple of things that I've noticed Taylor does so well is it's like you said, it's easy to say like, hey, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. You guys have so much to be grateful for. We all do. But Taylor really allows himself to feel the feeling of it. I know this is so important. And also, like, be grateful for, like Taylor said, be grateful for the things you did today that you're proud of yourself for. we are our greatest self-critics. And I think most people do not fail because they're too arrogant or too cocky. Most people fail because they don't believe in themselves. And finding the gratitude in what you did today that you're proud of yourself for. We all messed up today. We're all going to make a mistake today. We're all going to do something we could have done better. We're all going to do something or procrastinate something that we should have done. But hey, I'm grateful today because I took this step forward in my life. I'm grateful for today because that thing could have set me off and I found peace in that moment. Or I'm grateful today because even though I didn't feel like doing it, I did the work I know I needed to do to move my business forward, move my life forward. That's an important place to find gratitude too. Finding gratitude in the people you know, finding gratitude in the places you're in, finding gratitude in yourself, and doing it every day habitually, just like you would go to the gym or brush your teeth. It should really be a habit. And this is something that, you know, I know that when I started my journey and all this, I would have thought was a weird thing to do, like make a habit of writing down things I'm grateful for. That sounds kind of kooky. It sounds kind of weird, but it's just as important as brushing your teeth. It really is.
Yeah, I wanted to share one more thing too. So yeah, I think it's really easy to, whenever you're in a good place, to practice those habits and everything, but you don't realize how important they are until something bad happens. Like it's really puts you to the test whenever you come across an obstacle in your life. Like I don't know, you lose a bunch of money, your car breaks down, somebody dies in your family, something like that. That's exactly whenever you need that habit. Because that is whenever you can piece everything together, keep your life organized, keep your mind clear, keep calm. And that's whenever you realize how important that practice is. And you're like, wow, thank God for the past year that I've been practicing this habit of gratitude for this moment right here, because it makes everything so much better.
Absolutely. That's a great way to wrap it up. Thank you, Taylor. It's a tool in your belt that you got to be practicing and wielding every day so that when the time comes, you're ready to use it. Awesome, guys. All right. Well, great to see you this morning on Black Friday. Don't do too much shopping today. Like I said before, entrepreneurs capitalize on Black Friday. So go out and capitalize today. See if you can help somebody start their health journey after eating too much turkey yesterday. Maybe somebody's ready to get a little side income started so they can pay for some extra Christmas presents this December. Let us know how we can help you. 3-way calls, giving you advice on how to send a text to somebody in your network, whatever you need, and go out and make it happen this weekend. All right. Awesome. We'll see you guys next week.